Hello. So, some very serious threats were made against Iran, and I wanted to see what the cards had to say about it. And I imagine that maybe some of you might want insight into this issue as well. So I thought I would take this opportunity to ask Spirit what would be most helpful for us to know in regards to this time, what actions might be beneficial for us to take. So I'm going to concentrate, ask the question. I'll be with you momentarily. I would say a prayer over these cards. Well, it's an interesting message. It's really a message of deep healing through love, that out of this wound of separation can come unity and love. That what we are seeing is this supreme act taken out of the delusion of separateness, this deeply internalized, I mean, it's more than a belief. It's a belief that's backed up somatically with every cell in your body, that you are cast out, that you are unworthy, that no good thing can come to you. And in this state of hopelessness and separation, we take actions that harm ourselves and others. And when we are identifying with this wound of separation, it is impossible to make good use of the things in life that provide for our well-being. So, the church represents a space, obviously, this is an archetypal representation. A lot of harm has certainly been done through the politicized use of religion to dogmatically control people, manipulate people. That is not what I am pointing to here. I'm pointing to this representational expression of, what it should be ideally, which is an organization, a community of people who collectively pull their resources to help others. I mean, supposedly that's why churches are tax exempt, because it is their job to cull donations and take care of people who are in need. Now, as we all know, many churches do not fulfill that purpose. But in this case, what we see is these orphans who have been cast out. They are in exile. These orphans live within us. And I'm even going to say they govern the decisions of people who appear mad. Again, if you have no connection to love, community, health, well-being, then the actions that you take are removed from any of that. And again, they seem mad. The idea here with the Five of Pentacles, the way that we come out of this state of ignorance, of delusion, is to orient ourselves towards the good things in life that are present, that are available, that we cannot see when we are blinded by this internal state of despair. And ultimately, we're being called to look to our communities, to look to one another, to look across the world at people who are frightened right now for their safety and well-being, and offer them kindness, compassion, empathy. We are like they. This is really this message, we are not separate from them. Annihilation of them is annihilation of my brother, sister, father, mother. These are people who are my kid, even though I am all the way across the world. So no action that's taken from this delusion of separation, it's not possible. We're not separate. We are interconnected. And of course, that's being shown here with the Lovers. The Lovers represents unity and wholeness, first within ourselves, so that it can be made manifest out in the world. And what that means is that we have to learn to balance these internal forces, the masculine and feminine parts of our own nature. And it doesn't matter what you identify as, because every single one of us has masculine and feminine energy. They're not gendered. It is a quality of expression. The masculine energy is that which asserts itself out in the world. It is an externalized force, an intentional action that is set in motion in order to elicit an outcome in the material world. The feminine is receptive. It is still. It is the still waters on the pond that are reflective. It is the ability to take in insight or guidance through meditation, through connection to source. One without the other is impotent. We need both of these energies to come together to create new life. And so this is about restoring ourselves to a state of wholeness after we've been torn apart by tragedy, by trauma, that our psyche has been fractured and we cannot see clearly. We are called to come back together, to bring these disparate parts of ourselves back together into a collective whole, so that then we can begin to love one another as we are meant to. which is our divine right to live in love. ACEs are like getting a divine download from the universe. It is receiving this experience of being loved, of being included, of not being separate ever. Always this ever effervescent flow of love is available to each and every one of us. And when we are able to feel into that within ourselves, then we're able to extend that kindness, that authentic desire to know to one another, to our brethren, to our cohort. This is what we are called to do. Two of Cups is an expression of true love. What do we have to give? We have to give ourselves. And when we are in this state of equal giving and receiving, when there is reciprocity that is governing all of our systems, that is when true love can be expressed fully. So no more of this hierarchical garbage that, capitalism and our whole system is built on, right? Where the people at the top take everything and the entire base of people that are providing this wealth to the 1% are destitute and starving. No more. No more. Let reciprocity be our guide. And we have to speak out. We have to unify our voices. We have to orient ourselves towards the truth and use our thoughts and words to cut through the lies, to cut through the delusions, and to speak into being what we want to see and what we want to be in the world. This is what we're called to do. We have to take action that is heartfelt, that is grounded in morality, in principles that are life affirming, rather than acting to harm, to genocide. This is not what we are called to be in this world. We are called to create great abundance where there's enough for everybody. There's no need to hoard. When you understand this infinite flow of love, there's no need to hoard because there's plenty for everyone. This is the message of the Queen of Pentacles. So we must take care of ourselves in this time. We have to get back to basics because it's terrifying. I think we're all collectively, constantly on edge with the actions of those that are mad, those that are pulling the strings. The Six of Pentacles is giving from the overflow. We can afford to be generous with our time and our energy and our resources when our coffers are full. Like, I really think of the Six of Pentacles as very much like regulate your nervous system, right? So long as we are, in a state of fight or flight, it's going to be impossible for us to align ourselves properly in a balanced way to maintain this expression of giving and receiving. So take care of yourselves, get plenty of rest, feed yourself nourishing food, connect with your loved ones, receive that emotional support. It's really important right now because when we are in a state of regulation, then we have the energy to assist. We are, called to action in good ways. And we can collectively dismantle the tyranny that is built out of this deep trauma, this illusion of separation, and come back into a state of loving wholeness. That's the message that Spirit is wanting us to have now, and I'll take it. I am sending all of you who are listening to this, and all of you who are not listening to this, whoever you might be, wherever you might be in the world, may you receive health, well-being, blessings.